The Toyota CHR Hybrid has got something that a lot of electric cars struggle with: desirability. And not just because by official economy standards it does more than 70 mpg. So the critical question is, how does it stack up against rivals like the Mini Countryman plug-in hybrid and the full electric Hyundai Kona? Of course, you don't need to plug the CHR in. This is a full hybrid, or also known as a self-charging hybrid, which means that the batteries are only ever charged by that 1.8 litre petrol engine or by the car's regenerative braking system. Toyota reckon that you could spend as much as 50% of your time, or even more, on electric only mode. And do you know what? If you spend a lot of time around town, I think they could be right, because that electric motor kicks in very regularly, and especially in stop-start stuff, it's really going to do a lot of the heavy lifting. So you could see economy, close to 60 mpg even in town stuff, which is really impressive. Even if you go out on faster roads, you're still going to see 55 mpg or more, I reckon. So definitely competitive with the diesel rivals that a lot of people are going to compare this to. One thing I would add, which is a big downside, is that you do not get free access to the London congestion zone with this car, as you do with the plug-in hybrid and electric rivals, so do bear that in mind if you do live in the capital. Besides that, Toyota have done a fine job with the way the CHR drives. The ride and handling on it's really nice balance actually. It tucks in really nicely into corners, the ride's really well controlled, you can actually enjoy driving this car. And you know what, I think this is one of Toyota's best efforts with this hybrid powertrain as well. Apart from the fact that occasionally the petrol engine does rev more than you'd want it to thanks to the CVT automatic, it's really refined, it does what you want it to, it's just spot on. Just don't think of this as a four-wheel drive. It's front-wheel drive only, so off-roading or towing fans are best off looking elsewhere. If practicality is a priority, you may want to think carefully about other alternatives. The CHR is good enough for a small family, but with quite small rear door apertures and windows in the back, and a relatively pokey boot by SUV standards, anyone with young kids and big buggies might want to think twice. A Prius or Ioniq hatchback will actually be bigger and more practical. Even so, the CHR's dash feels really good, it's got a really nice combination of materials, it looks very swish, and I really like this sort of textured panel in the door. It's also well equipped, even entry-level cars get reversing camera, dual zone climate control, adaptive cruise, so most of the stuff that you're going to want. However, it does not get sat-nav. It does get the 8-inch touchscreen, but you have to pay £750 extra to get sat-nav on the lower trims, which is a real shame because you don't even get Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, which would be a massive bonus for this car, because honestly, even if you pay to get the nav, the whole system feels quite old-fashioned, a bit slow to respond, and it's a bit of a letdown given how good the rest of the car is. Given that it starts at £25,000, the CHR is not the cheapest compact SUV you can buy by a very long way. So it says a lot about how good it is that, given the style, the desirability, the equipment, the fuel efficiency, and some really good monthly finance deals from Toyota, it actually stacks up very well for retail buyers as well as for company car users. And not only that, this is not just a car you buy because it's good for your wallet. This is also a car that you buy because you really want it. It looks cool, you're going to enjoy being seen in it, you're going to enjoy driving it. It's a car that you can buy with your heart as well as your head. And what is not to like about that?